Hey, I'm Alex with Pinoccio. We're here at the Instructables lab in San Francisco, and we're going to hack a brainwave reader to control stuff with our minds. This hack is usually used with Arduino, but we're adapting it for Pinoccio, which is a compatible microcontroller that's also open source and provides instant mesh networking for hardware. We'll be using a NeuroSky MindFlex brainwave reader. You'll also need a Pinoccio Scout, or if you have two, you can control other hardware using the power of your mind. You'll also need a small screwdriver, a pair of clippers, and a soldering iron and solder. So let's see what we're working with. On the outside you'll find the battery case, the on-off switch and power indicator light, the ear clip, and the forehead sensor. Start by removing the screws to access the control module. Open it up and check out its brain. Notice the power switch on top, followed by the battery cables marked in red, from the forehead sensor, marked in blue, from the ear clip, marked in yellow, and in green, the transmit and receive pins, which it uses to communicate data. Start by stripping a couple of solid core wires, shorter on one end, about 1/8 of an inch to a couple millimeters, and longer on the other, about 5 millimeters to 1/4 inch. Tin the short end of each cable, since these are going to be soldered onto your board. Since the transmit pin is already tinned, just apply heat to connect it to one of your cables. The ground cable is a little more tricky to solder, since the pin can be covered up by cabling. Just move it to the side and solder to the existing joint. Make sure you don't accidentally detach the original ground cable in the process. I've stuck my cables out through the slot in the enclosure and made sure that they're not going to get yanked on. You can also drill holes in the side, which blends in pretty well. Snap the enclosure back together and replace the screws. That's it for now. Catch us next week for the programming side of things, plus tips on how to improve conductivity, and some example projects. Catch you later. Drop us a link to your project, or find some inspiration on Twitter, Facebook, or Google+.